our principles of protecting ourselves in a jiu-jitsu context. We've gone over our principles of destabilizing our opponent's weight. We've gone over our principles to taking advantage of that destabilization and either getting the guard back in the way or getting on top. Today, we've also gone over how we can apply those principles under some pretty significant strains of duress, i.e., they might have your head, have a post, they might have a high mount, they might have a Superman mount, they might have their hands already posted, and so on and so forth. They might be postured and we can't break them down. Today we we ask the question, does all of this that we've gone over translate to someone trying to punch you, someone trying to hurt you in a self-defense situation? What are the differences? What are the similarities? So, Alex, I'll go ahead and get you on top of me. Now, the number one difference, well, really there are two primary differences we have to understand right away in this situation, which is that number one, my prime directive, like some Star Trek shit, okay, is I have to protect my face. My beautiful, handsome face. Have to protect it, all right? I'm too handsome. It would be devastating to the world walking around with this all messed up. Okay? Absolute tragedy. Tears would be shed.
We all agree.
You know, thank you. So I gotta protect the moneymaker. Okay? That's number one. Number two is that the degree of urgency in which I need to operate under to get out of here has been increased significantly. Not only is that increased as a result of the fact that he can do damage to me, this is increased because of the fact that he might have a buddy over here who could do damage to me. Okay? Now, interesting to note is that if you really and we were talking about that recently, is if you run the statistics, like the odds actually favor that most self-defense situations end up in a one-on-one altercation. So the odds favor that you won't have to deal with like the other person, but still you have to keep that in mind that, you know, just because the odds favor doesn't mean that you're like not the one, you know, it's like, oh, right, it's like, oh man, these waters, no one ever gets eaten by sharks. The chance of you getting eaten by a shark is very low. It doesn't mean go swim in the water, right? So, we start out with protecting our face. Now, what's kind of interesting about this, and what really the theme of this class is going to be, is how much is similar from what we've already worked on. If you guys recall, we talked about, going all the way back to week 1, the way we protect ourselves from someone climbing up high in the mount, the way we protect ourselves from them getting our arms out of position is by this guy right here, and then holding our box, right? So if Alex, say, puts his hands on the top of my head and tries to scoop the high mount, I mean, literally, if I pick my feet up, keep going, he'll just walk us up the mat, right? This frame is very strong. The second that I close the box, go ahead and do that. Boom, he's up here. Well, the principle of this box, like the principle of creating this frame, is actually basically going to be the same thing we're going to use to protect ourselves. What I don't want to do is put my fists in front of my own face. So when people like haven't practiced this, you'll see a lot of like this to protect themselves. And so Alex, I want you to use like open hands, like swat me in the head. So swat me in the face. And he's going to literally like push my own knuckles into my face, which is stupid. Okay? Don't punch yourself. Okay? This is like the self-defense equivalent of stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. So what I want to do is I want to take these, the hinge of my wrists, okay, like this soft tissue right here. I want to put that on my forehead while I close the gap between my elbows as much as possible. You're not going to close it 100%, but you want to close it as much as possible. For the women in the room, you probably won't close it quite as much as the men in the room. That's probably true. But what I want to create is a shelf that if Alex is throwing those strikes down, so throw those strikes down, please, he's going to hit a frame. And I'm applying the same principles as the box here, right? It's like the same structure, but this time, let's say you actually throw some knuckles. It's like if he punches down on that, right? He'll like throw those straight down. It's like he's just going to hit bone structure. It's going to be hard for him to get through. If he throws to the side, like a looping punch to the side, right? Right? I want to think about like I'm putting on sunglasses and cover this pocket. So I want to close that gap with my elbow. What I don't want to do here, guys, is sit here like this and like throw punches and just be frozen, like whatever you want to do, Alex. Like throw those hands, right? I'm protecting myself. Like I have to be kind of active.
I know.
Right. So I want to be kind of active. So like going out, do whatever, those two different punches.
Don't be nice.
Like I'm protecting my face, just blocking whatever's coming. Like I got to be able to see this person, but it's sort of like I don't want to sit here with just frozen like this. I want to keep it loose enough that, like, let's say you throw a straight punch down the pipe, I block, he throws a hooking punch, I can, you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of flexible with my arms but I'm still basically just putting bone structure between myself and and this attacker, right? And honestly, a lot of times you'll see people like they'll throw these punches and hit these frames and they'll like kind of skid off the side. So if like do it with an open hand so you don't hurt yourself, but like if you go kind of hard with that open hand, like it's like right, keep going, boom, he's like throwing the open hand. And it's like if he throws like open hand up and you kind of land on this elbow, it's like with that hand kind of crossing across, he'll like literally skid off the side. And especially if he reaches back and swings down with some weight, go ahead, right? Like straight down, like straight down. Oh, like right, exactly, keep going, right. Like throw some weight into that, Alex. Right. So he's not really gonna like do too much damage. Now our first method of destabilizing this person is gonna be based off the fact that for him to generate much power, like here's the thing, Alex, use open hands and don't reach your shoulders back at all and just like pat me on the head. Like, go ahead. He can't really generate a lot of power with this. What he has to do is he has to put his weight into it, and usually he's gonna swing back to do that. So you make a big swing and a big hit, right? Cool. So here's the thing about that is, and assuming I'm just like keeping my hands low for now, just so like we're just focused on what's going on up here. Obviously in the real situation, I'd be hanging out. Alex, reach back, please. Okay. The second that he reaches his weight back to punch, he's destabilizing himself, right? Or off balancing himself, I should say. So when we're here, right? I'm here. He's throwing these punches, like you're throwing. And what I want you to do, Alex, is like really like swing but just hit with open hands. Like really swing those, and I promise you will not hurt. Okay. All right, go ahead. Move. You see what I'm saying? Like he will swing hard, and he will swing with weight. I'm waiting. I'm looking for that moment for like this reach back. If that reach back happens, you're making a hand touch the floor, right? In a self-defense situation, I would not advise going to single leg X. This is not so now like we're like right. I'm not saying like here. Yes, my heel hook series. Double down, roll. We're gonna roll. Roll it out. We're doing this. Oh, well, you are now in my saddle. I'm protected. Don't fucking do that. Like, don't do that. No. If we're here, you're on top. Hey guys, you're throwing these punches, you're trying to hit me, blah, blah, blah. Boom, and up. And then like kick. Probably just like that.
I'm going to call human resources.
This is Lewis, right? I'll take a thought, no. You want to see everybody?
Yes, Lewis.
Jeremy, you want to punch me?
Been waiting for this moment.
So again, the idea here is simple, is I need to put structure in the way. So if he's throwing straight punches down the pipe, it's like right here. So you see he's just hitting bone structure. If he loops around, I block. Cool. Cool. What I'm waiting for, I don't want to say waiting for, but like the thing I want to take advantage of, the simplest option, is if he's like reaching way back and doing big swings, right? Boom, boom, is tip. More than likely they're going to post a hand to the ground. Once that happens, technically stand up and either disengage from the situation or engage if you feel the need to. Probably like this. High percentage. Don't do that. I'm making that up. Does that make sense, guys?
Yes.
Anybody see that again? Or everyone feel pretty good about that? Yeah? So just here. And just kind of keep them up here. Close. Does that make sense, y'all? Excellent. Start our workout. 1, 2, 3.